We're on a little early. We'll see if anybody shows up. So here we are out on the porch. Good morning. We have not had our breakfast yet. We slept late. We were kind of hoping the trash truck would go on by. They're a day late, I guess, for Labor Day.
It's a nice, cool morning, and I'm just enjoying the hum and the click of the garbage truck.
And the little hummingbirds working those bushes in the front. So we're sitting and watching them.
I was enjoying listening to the insects and the birds.
Sorry you guys can see the top of the laptop. Let's see.
Glad to see YouTube's behaving today.
Yes, me too. I'm sure everybody that planned to see me last night is appreciating getting to see them too. Let's see. My cord isn't long enough.
Maybe if you just take it off of that tap,
That's my plan.
Black thing.
I have to have somewhere to go with it.
I see.
There we go. I only have two hands.
Becky cut my hairs.
All two of them.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Both of them.
And I was just going to tell Scott that Tanya has 7 inches of water under her house from that storm.
Lovely.
So that her and Jeff are going to try to get it out with a sub pump today. So I guess we're too early for everybody.
The sump pump wasn't plugged in when we first moved here. There was
it was nasty in the
water
basement.
in that basement. It was awful.
Is that a stick? Just kind of... No, it's a leaf hanging in a spider web over there, isn't it? Yeah, that's what that is.
It's not a screaming banshee?
No.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
No. Well, this was basically a test to see if I could get on YouTube this morning, since I couldn't get on at all last night. So I missed my live. So we're going to do that live that I would have done last night. We're going to do it at 2:30 today. Well, here comes something else. Hips stone.
Guess he's delivering some stone.
Yeah. Sure is a lot of coming and going at 10:30 in the morning.
Well, it's important to do about 55 or 60 up this little narrow road that speed limit's 25.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. So somebody's just came in. Welcome. Good morning. We're out here having coffee. And we have not had breakfast yet. I had a rough night. I think I got overly upset last night, and it made it for a hard night to sleep with the whole not being able to get online or anything.
I took some of that cold medicine in the cabinet.
Oh, it knocked you out.
I was out.
I was up and down all night.
I don't remember much of anything.
Oh. Hi, 33rd. Sorry I couldn't get on last night. I don't know what was going on with YouTube. It wouldn't let me get past the add a title page. It would tell me I had to schedule my live for 10 minutes later. And then when I'd say, okay, do it 10 minutes later, it wouldn't let me do anything else. It wouldn't go to the next step. I don't know. But I'm glad it's fixed. So maybe we can do what we were going to do last night at 2:30 today for those that can make it. And those that can't make it, you can watch the replay. So we'll do it that way. Scott's reading a woodworking magazine, it looks like.
Yes, one of those sucker deals where you subscribe to a magazine and then
they
give you some little flimsy book.
33rd said she was traumatized last night because she couldn't watch. I was traumatized because I couldn't get on, period. And then I couldn't get on Zoom, so I couldn't even do that. So I don't know. We're going to check in. I don't think we've loaded Zoom is the problem onto this new computer. So we'll do that for those that can do Zoom.
And the old computer is no more.
The old computer has made a trip to the dump, to the dump, to the dump.
I ran a program called D-Band, which is Derek's booting nuke. You burn it to a CD and boot your computer onto the CD, and then it will do a Department of Defense level wipe of the hard drive. It writes random ones and zeros.
So your hard drive is completely clear, right?
Yeah.
And he saved everything that of importance for me onto a thumb drive, and I've got to go through that thumb drive and do a deep clean.
But I'm not good at remembering what programs I already had on there until I need one for something, and I go, oh, I didn't put that on there.
Yeah, so we'll add that.
Yeah.
There goes that kid in that old Ford truck.
Yeah, that old Ford Ranger. He was a first generation Ranger.
So yeah, he's the computer tech, and he works nights. So if I have trouble getting on and stuff at night, I don't have my support sitting here. And so we're sitting here thinking about what to have for breakfast next. We got lots of leftovers for lunch and your supper tonight. So
I came home really hungry last night, but I resisted the temptation.
Scott's lost about, what, 40 pounds?
Yeah. I was about 245.
Now you said you're 213, so about 30 pounds.
About 30 pounds. My knees don't hurt so bad.
Yeah. This is good. So, anywho, I guess Janet forgot I was going. Oh, we're on early. That's the problem. Everybody was planning on us being here at 10:30. So we're here early, listening to bugs. I didn't realize I had to bring everything out here. The laptop, the mic, the camera, the computer lighting. The camera lighting, so that we weren't looking like we were sitting in the shadows. Because on this porch, we have an awning that goes around it, and it makes it nice and shady for comfort. But when it comes to filming out here, it makes it a little shadowy.
Yeah.
We couldn't figure out why the trash didn't go yesterday, our normal day. And I think it was because of Labor Day. Everything was kicked back a day. So it's going today. So you're going to hear the trash truck. We're in South Carolina in the upstate near Greenville. And when we work on our house, that's down in the middle of the state, 2 hours from here. So we'll be doing that fun trip this weekend to work on the house.
I think I'm going to sand our bedroom door today.
Okay. And I can paint it.
Yep.
I might bring it up here and paint it.
Just depends on how much I get done.
Yeah. Well, we were getting up late too.
I have my little free sander up here that the Harriets gave me, and they cleaned out the Harriet's house.
Oh, Callie can hear us talking. Hang on a minute. Let me go get cat herding.
We had neighbors below us at our other house that were World War II era. They were both World War II vets. She was a Army nurse during the Pacific campaign, and he was a young officer in the Army, and they met overseas in doing the island hopping when the American forces were taking the islands over in the Pacific. And they were just an amazing couple, the things that they did. But he passed on first, and then she's still alive. She's
6, 7.
94 or 95.
Is she?
She shares a birthday with me. Uh,
You're both
as a matter
born
of
on
fact,
June 3rd.
although the year is not the same.
No.
And their son, they had a son live there,
Jeff.
And he had heart problems, and he passed away. And so the remainder of the family, they sold that house off, and they were clearing it out. And they were really kind people. They asked me to come look through tools and things and see if there was anything I wanted. So
they didn't sell anything.
no,
They gave everything away. We had a flood.
Yeah,
a horrible flood.
Yeah,
that
2015.
2015. And what they did is they opened up and made a call out that the flood victims were to come and just pick things out.
Get whatever furniture or clothing or anything they wanted or needed. Just come get it. So yeah,
they
were just really fine people.
They were. And Mr. Harriet, he would do the puzzle every morning, and if he got stuck on one of them, he'd be out in the driveway walking up and down trying to cipher out what that word was that he needed for the puzzle.
He used to like to come over and see what I was working on.
Oh, he was really fascinated the first time we used an Egyptian water level. Yep, that was pretty cool. And you can make an Egyptian water level with a couple 2-liter bottles and some aquarium tubing and some colored water.
Yep.
That's all you need, and a marker to mark where the levels are. Yeah, I agree. I don't know if anything ever happened to our son Greg, because we only have the one child. I think I would just be completely devastated.
Yeah, he had a law degree,
Mr. Harriet.
Yeah, but he
didn't care for law.
He didn't care for law. So,
he loved to read.
Yeah, and he loved opera and classical music.
Mm-hmm. And they would have music night when their kids were growing up. And
if you'd ask him, say, "Well, who's your favorite composer?" He'd tell you, "It's Joe Green." It's Joe Green. Yeah, Giuseppe Verdi. And, Henry, that was his name.
Henry.
And then
Henry and Mary.
He worked for years in the human resources field. And in the 1960s, there was a manufacturing plant near our house called Horseman Dolls that they made dolls. And he went around and spoke to all the people working there, every single employee, about completely desegregating the plant and opening up all of the jobs to anybody that wants to apply and is qualified. And he said what he found was that, most of the women doing that kind of work, most of the people doing that kind of work were women, and they all share a common experience. They said, they have to take care of their families and children and earn a paycheck just like we do. So he did such a good job. There was practically no opposition. So the state, however, had a different opinion. The state was very concerned about unrest, so they had highway patrolmen lining both sides of the highway for that day. But he did such a good job.
Well,
everything went smooth.
He really put his foot down to help African American people get jobs there too, and really desegregated the job market in the Casey area.
Yeah, and so at his funeral, people were allowed to get up and testify about his life. It was really a celebration of his life, and there were just so many people that stood up and talked about how that he changed their lives. He gave them opportunities to take care of their families, and it was really touching. It was very impressive.
Say hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
We saw you, Mary, but I didn't want to interrupt Scott. He gets mad if I interrupt him when he's telling something.
Yeah. And Mary was an incredible woman on her own. I mean, she was an Army nurse over in the Pacific Theater during World War II, and then she came back home.
She was a leader of the women's.
Yeah, the National Organization of Women. She founded the Columbia chapter of the National Organization of Women because all these strong women came back from the war, and they were like, I don't want to just
be a homemaker
be
again.
at the house baking cookies. I got other things I want to do.
So the pair of them really helped.
Yeah.
With a lot of movements for equalized.
Yeah, a lot of progressive movements in the
Yeah.
Columbia area that they were instrumental in.
They were wonderful people. Mary is still alive, but our family moved her to Charleston so she could be near the daughter in some care because her back, they had to glue her back together. Her bones have gotten so frail that her back would just break if she moved wrong.
In that degenerative bone disease or something where bones are just breaking down and
they're fragile,
real brittle. So she sneezes and breaks her back.
They were just an amazing couple, and we so enjoyed living next door to them. And we've got a young couple lives there now. They have never spoke to us. They don't want, we're down there working on the house. They'll be in the yard. They'll go walk to the other side of their house or something. It's just a different era. I stay to myself here because I just do. I don't visit with neighbors too much.
Yeah. And on the upper side of us, we had the McElrays.
We like them a lot too. And then their son moved into the house, and we got along with the son and his wife until she went a little.
He was a real do-it-yourselfer too, and we would help each other do stuff. I wouldn't hesitate to go over
and help Jason,
help him, or ask him to give me a hand with something. And I really don't have anybody to help me if I'm moving something heavy unless I get my son.
Yeah. And he's usually sleeping when we're working because he works nights. So anyway, we just thought we'd come on and make sure that the camera and everything's going to work. And it wasn't my problem. It was a YouTube thing last night. And from what I understand, a whole bunch of people that would normally go live in the mornings yesterday, they were having the same issue where they just could not get past adding the title and then getting to actually going live stream. So I'm hoping at 2:30 I'll be able to do this again to do what we were going to do last night.
I think it's funny watching the couple below us that he'll be outside in the yard working and he'll just look real contented. He'll be out there working. And then she'll come out and she'll have on a pair of Martha Stewart gardening gloves and have a little pair of cutters in her hands and the
clothes to work in the yard.
Clothes. And she'll come out there and she'll start pointing with that pair of cutters, and
she doesn't
telling him everything she wants him to do, and then he doesn't look happy anymore. and then she goes back in the house. I guess that's gardening.
I guess
this is to go out there and tell him what to do.
I think so too, Mary. And it was just horrible last night, and you had some issues this morning too. I noticed. I didn't get there till late because I fell asleep finally in the recliner with a cat on me. So I said, well, I'll continue sitting here. And then I fell back asleep and woke up at 10:10. And I said, well, we're supposed to be live at 10:30. And then we got live at 10:21. So
where's our spare cats?
I don't know.
Here at the
Cattery.
East Saluda Lake Road Cattery.
They were on the dryer earlier. I fed them and they left.
Spot says he's mastered that dryer.
Yeah. Spot, I think we're going to have to just get him neutered and keep him too for your shop cat.
Yeah.
Because Scott was cutting with a saw, and Spot was just sitting there looking
just
at
watching
him.
me.
Just watching him.
Wasn't scared of the equipment or anything.
Nothing.
Shop cat.
Oh, you had trouble closing it after it locked up. I'm wondering if some of it has to do with so many people doing lives now too, and they're not really prepared for it. And then another thing came to mind as well is that tropical storm that came on land yesterday down in Florida area. I'm wondering if it knocked out some of the servers in the southeast. Because Greg said he was doing something down at the house and he switched to a server somehow. I don't know how he does it. You know, kids always know more than we do. He said he switched to one out of West Virginia. Oh, okay. Okay. So go get your granddaughter. Wow, if they're going to cut the kids out early because of the heat. Wow. When's it going to get?
What's that at?
33rd. You're in New York, aren't you? There's no AC up there.
Oh, yeah. When I was in elementary school, they didn't have AC in the schools here either.
I just can't imagine.
So they'd cut us loose if it's too hot. They had windows and fans.
Come here, Callie.
Come here, useless.
Come here, baby. Callie. Come here. She said, I think I want a drink, but this is it. It needs to be cleaned out. That water does. Ooh, she's like, no, that chair's going to get
Look, I got her.
Ooh, it's a Callie cat. She's like, nope. Well, oh, no.
No. This didn't harm the cat in any way, but it did aggravate it.
Hey, baby girl. That is not yours. That's mine. Oh, goodness. Well, we have 2 window units here at the little house, and I am so looking forward to colder weather because then I don't have to listen to them. The furnace doesn't make nearly as much noise, but we got to get somebody out to look at the furnace if we can't get it started.
Yeah.
That's something we're going to have to break down and do. Oh, Lois has sent me a message on, I guess, Facebook. That was a Facebook message. Oh, goodness. Well, we might wrap it up here. We just got 4 people watching, and I'm getting hungry. I know he's hungry. He came home from work hungry and avoided eating. So,
well, that's how people gain so much weight.
It's eating
working nights. Is they'll come home and eat and then go to sleep.
Yeah. Oh, she's leaving us.
I mean, I come home hungry, but I avoid eating anything heavy. Yeah, I might have a couple crackers with peanut butter on it or something.
Or some nuts sometimes. Yeah. Hi, Joan. We were fixing to wrap it up, but I'll be back on at 2:30, and we'll be set up inside to do what I was going to do last night. I'm going to make another journal page. So if you wanted to play along, all you'll need is like a file folder or a large piece of paper. I would say, what about 12 by 20-ish?
There was a little raffia work up at the top.
I'll kick you. And paint and stuff. He's being a pain in the neck. So yeah, just bring something large to paint up and cut up into a file folder journal. And then I was going to stitch some of my painty papers in it. I might make it just a little bit wider so I can just put the rest of the papers in it that I have.
Well, I'm going to go fix my hair and get shaved.
Okay, guys, we'll see you later. He's being a joker now. Bye-bye.
Bye.